Give us those.
Yeah, so I've been working on lots of little visuals and things. I did try bringing in the old Aria and Skelly models. However, when I tried to import the animations, they all had empty keyframes. So either we need to redo our models, which we're going to have to do anyway with new animations, or there's something about the import of animations that's bugged or that I'm missing. So didn't play with that too much. Did give Bob some lovely trails sparkling out of his skull when he moves. They only emit when he's moving.
Yeah, I noticed those immediately. I didn't notice he was higher, but I did notice he had trails.
He's also bobbing very slightly, which you'll only notice if you stop, because I thought it was cute. Because Bob is bobbing. It's a bob squared.
Yes. So yeah, we are waiting. Well, I'm certainly waiting for Godot 4 to become more stable on my system. I'm really grateful that it is stable on Jan's. I mean, for want of a better description, the other thing that I don't like doing is sharing my screen, because when I hit Godot at the moment, there's a 50-50 chance that it just goes, okay, and just sits there with nothing. So that would be a bit of a crap show if I had to restart multiple times to get into Godot. So I'm glad that it is working on some systems. I'd be interested to know who's been playing with Godot 4 already.
I have.
What their experiences are. I know you have. But yeah, I've got. Well, I want to look forward to the
which should come at the end of this month, says Governor.
Yes,
it is the 28th. If only we had some news about Blender.
Okay.
That was your cue.
Oh, yes. Well, let me tell you a story. So if you were an early access backer, you will be getting codes over the next couple of days, or be automatically enrolled. It's automatically enrolled, isn't it? And we'll make sure that we announce that on the Kickstarter. You'll be getting emails from Teachable as well, so we should have all bases covered. And also on the Discord, we'll make sure it's announced there. But we'll announce it specifically in the early access channel.
So what early access are they getting?
So you're going to have access to the beginnings of procedural weapons in Blender. So
yep, we get to play with the Wii pans.
The Wii pans. Oh, the weapons. Yes.
God of War has been pleasantly stable. There are some crashes and some things that they're working on them very fast. Like at the moment, I think the plan is every 2 weeks they do a new snapshot. There are some things that will consistently make this crash. For example, if I try and generate a navigation mesh, if I make the map too big and I try and generate navigation mesh without putting a pause in first, I've got a little timer on that scene just as a hacky way around it, it will just crash.
Yes, it's trying to do the bake a navigation mesh without the mesh all there, so it falls over itself.
I've actually not played with the new properties. I saw they replaced the setters and getters. It looks like a good system. Basically, you write like a little function in the variable, and that's just how it does it. But yeah,
that sounds good to me.
I've also been thinking about ideas for what kind of things to put in the new Godot 4 big course. Lots of things that we'll be working on when it's ready for it. When Godot is, in beta or getting ready for release. Mikey, would you like to know one of the ideas I had?
Yes.
Good or not?
It's called Scope Creep.
So the first project we do is probably going to be about variables and functions, right? Just a nice, simple introduction to. Remember that idea I had for a pub name generator?
Mm-hmm.
So if I give to a file, a JSON file or whatever with nouns and adjectives, and then we just write the rules to show here's how you set a variable, here's how you write a function.
Yeah.
Here's how you load a config file or a JSON file, which is a little bit more complicated than these that we were doing before. But we did introduce arrays very early. And here's how you bring it in. Then we can do the conditionals, and then we can bring in arrays and dictionaries, and we're ready to go. Yeah. C# is a thing that I know they're working on hard.
Hi, Todd. Hey, hi, Jocelyn. One thing that Spectre said there was Godot 4 has been pleasantly stable. I must say, it sometimes doesn't launch for me, and I don't know why.
You've got a few problems.
And
I haven't heard many people talking about the transparency issue you've got.
yeah, I've got an issue with transparencies. We showed it last week. It just ends up where the transparencies are rendering. It looks like a render order problem where it's rendering stuff behind, or rather rendering the things that should have transparency on them in front of
I
other
have actually
solid
tried
objects.
um, increasing the render priority
Yeah.
on specific materials, but you didn't notice any difference, so I didn't bother telling you I'd done it.
No, I'd gone through lots of different settings, just trying out various ways. But I think we might be an edge case when it comes to how we're using.
Yeah,
I mean, we are pushing Godot at this point. We know that.
and that's kind of what we've been doing for a couple of years now. Jovlem, yes, it is too bad that the mobile Vulkan render has
I
had a lot of
heard about
problems.
that.
I did see a tweet from Juan who was talking about they might go back to GLES, I think they said. Um, turn your GP off and going. I told him just go for Linux, but
And then, so little bit of a segue. I, Yaz said go over to Linux. And I was like, yeah, but you've had at least two problems in the and then I get a blue screen when I'm restarting
he's
my
like,
computer.
I haven't had any kind of problem since I got this machine, and that was last April. I've not had one crash the next day. Blue screen of
I
death.
showed you, you know. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, there's a lovely green screens.
So
Well, Mikey's is nice.
this is the light side. That's the no, that's the dark side. Ba-dum. Oh yes, recording. There has been lots of recording. The other thing, is the LMMS course has officially finished. It's all done. It's all there, ready.
Congrats.
I completely forgot about that. It just I've gone from one thing and falling in straight to another. So if you were waiting for that to be finished, because I know some people they just want to not have it in dribs and drabs. It's there now. Go through it, share your creations. If you create music that you are happy for others to use as well, one of our long-term goals at Canopy Games is actually to build up a repository of assets that our students have created that you are happy for other students to use in their projects.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great way of building up collaborations and teamwork within our community.